Yo, what is up guys, Fer here, and today I'm going to be talking about a possible upgrade that could be incorporated into Luffy's Gear Fort, and not just a specific form, but all Gear Fort forms, given the fact that they are heavily reliant on Armament Haki, and just like Observation Haki, it's guaranteed that Armament would also have a next level, as well as Conquerors. Now what I think the next level of Armament has the potential of doing, or one of the many things it can do, is having the ability to extend your armament outside of your body. We look at the base of armament and then we move on from there. So it's going to be sort of like a force field that you can control and shape to any form that you want, and I think we saw a glimpse of this during Marineford, and this was when Whitebeard sent a quake attack towards the platform that Ace was on. But this attack was ultimately deflected by the three admirals. But the special thing here is that they didn't use their Devil Fruit ability from what was shown. The only other option would be Haki, and Armament Haki, since it focuses more on creating this invisible armor that protects you from attacks. That's the only logical assumption we can get from that. And judging by how the admirals reacted, it seems like they had their hands out, like they had some sort of shield or some sort of barrier to deflect Whitebeard's attack, which goes back to what I mentioned about creating this force field. Now I did mention that this is one of the many powers, and I said many because from what has been shown, there isn't exactly a set power of each form of Haki. There's going to be variants here and there that depends on what type of person the user is. Just like how Luffy didn't gain future sight but future instincts because that was something that was akin to what sort of person Luffy is. And so just like how we have variants with observation, we're definitely going to have variants with Armament and Conqueror's Haki as well. And this is an ability that would increase Luffy's overall power. As I mentioned before, all Gear Fort forms are heavily relying on Armament Haki. I mean, the whole form is based on Armament Haki. Gear Fort isn't possible without the use of Armament. Now the reason why the force field is going to be so helpful for Luffy moving forward is because this would allow Luffy to block attacks without actually physically touching them. And why this is important is because at a base form, Armament, from what has been shown, is only good for physical blows in terms of defense and offense as well. So blunt attacks and sword attacks will be blocked, but when it comes to things like ice, magma, poison, those attacks will just go through your armament regardless of how strong it is, because those elements comes with other traits that aren't solely physical in nature, and in this case, burning and freezing. Rarely compared armament to an invisible armor. Your armor could be the hardest thing in the world, but that doesn't automatically make it immune to things like ice and fire, which brings me to the force field idea. Luffy can get around these hacks abilities such as magma, ice, or even Whitebeard's quake attacks by creating his armament force field around his body that would deflect attacks before they even reach him. This is one way he can get around hacks abilities like magma, ice, or even poison. Now the other variant I can see Luffy having is a flaming Gear Fort form, whereas his armament has taken the traits or the properties of fire, and this goes back to Luffy's Red Hawk. While we don't exactly know how it works, it's very clear that this is not natural fire because he was able to use it underwater, and so I think this is something related to his will. I feel like Luffy, apart from the force field thing earlier, his armament would also take on the trait of fire. Red Hawk is one of Luffy's coolest arsenal. It would be kind of a waste if he doesn't expand more on it, and apart from it looking visually appealing, there's also symbolism behind the fire, which is Ace. Apart from Sabo, Luffy is also the other individual to inherit Ace's will, so this would serve as a tribute to Ace. I feel like this would be an upgrade from the steam he has in his previous forms to actual fire. Could you imagine Gear Fort with flames around it? Yo, that would be amazing. This would actually give Luffy a little bit of hacks, because not only does he have this insane physical strength in Gear Fort, but the fire would also add in that extra bit of damage. Now just like he learned advanced observation like Katakuri, I think during his fight against either Kaido, I'm leaning more towards the strongest Calamity, he's going to obtain this form of armament. I feel like each Yonko has a commander with at least one form of advanced Haki, and so I think the King Calamity might be that individual to have some form of advanced armament, which is something Luffy will learn from, because I think this is an arc that Luffy is going to show the biggest burst of growth more than any other arc in One Piece. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Like the video if you liked it. You think Luffy has the chance to upgrade his current skill set to a flaming Gear Fort? Subscribe for more One Piece content. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell if you want to get notified for future content. It is Pharaoh, and I will see you folks later. Peace.